I'm Josh. Today we're going to be doing some minnow trapping. I've got 2 minnow traps here. Got some stale pretzels, but we're not going to be using these minnows for bait. This right here is the water tub that our dairy cows drink out of. As you can see, not only is there stuff growing in it, like algae, it's also a hot spot for mosquito larvae. And I don't want the dairy cows getting Ebola or anything. I also want their water to be clean and like pest-free. We're going to trap some minnows in the hopes that they will take care of that problem by eating the mosquito larvae. I've done this before and it seemed to work pretty good. The last couple times I've done this, I've never had a problem with minnows getting dranken by accident or drank. So let's quit diddle-dallying and get these traps baited and set. This one had a little toad crawl in it. We're not going to use him as bait. We're just going to... Stale pretzels in the minnow trap. The minnow traps I'm using today are G's minnow traps. They're made in the United States. If you're looking for a minnow trap to buy, I would definitely recommend these. Pretty sturdy construction. I actually made a video where I tested them compared to a Chinese-made minnow trap, and these definitely outperform the competition. You can buy them on Amazon, Walmart, just about everywhere. I'll throw a couple links down in the description. Now, I don't know if you can tell, but it did rain pretty recently, like today, a few hours ago. So the water is a little murky. It is a little bit higher, and it is moving a little bit faster. Usually, I have a lot better luck over by that rock pile over there. Based on the conditions of the creek, I'm not really willing to take that risk today by crossing. This spot right here isn't too bad either. It's not as deep as it is over there, but the water does slow down here enough to where minnows will hang out here and they'll swim by this tree. Tomorrow when I check these, the weather's supposed to be a lot nicer, so the water's probably going to go down. I think that should be deep enough to where the trap won't be affected. I feel like this is a pretty safe bet as far as tying off the trap. Trap number 1 set. Let's go get trap number 2. So far, so good. Now that I said that, I'll probably fall. Alright, we made it. Alright, I was just walking around looking for a spot to set them, and I did see some little minnows swim under this bush right here. So I'll probably set the trap just on the other side of it. Let me try right over there. I think if I move it a little bit to the left, we should be golden. I am just a little bit worried about the water going down overnight and then potentially not catching any minnows. Or if I do catch minnows, I don't think the water level is going to go down so much that they don't have any water in the trap. But I would just like to avoid that as much as possible. I've already got a nice little stick on there. I'm not really going to tie it. I'm just going to weave it around this bush here. All right. Sweet. That's trap number 2 set. We're going to come back tomorrow and check these. Right now, we're going to go do chores. Catch you at the barn. It is the next day. Checking the minnow traps. I can actually already see there's some in there. Oh yeah, you can see their tails flopping around in there. All right, before we pull it out, knock off GoPro going in the water. We're going to see what the minnows look like in the trap. Alright, hopefully that was cool. Without further ado, sweet. Some of these are pretty decent size, so they should be able to eat some mosquito larvae. That one right there is actually pretty large. Like, that's a catch, clean, cook size right there. Set them back in the water for about 30 seconds. Get a little bit of water in our minnow bucket. Ought to be plenty. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8. I've already got 8 in there, and that's going to be more than enough for what we need them for. So the rest of these, I'm just going to throw back in. I'll probably do the same with the ones in the other trap, unless we get like a crawfish, or maybe some of the bigger ones I'll keep too. Speaking of which, let's go check that one. I don't see any minnows in it, but there is a crawfish climbing up the side of it. I think the crawfish is just on the outside because he's not in there. There are just 2 minnows. Oh no, the crawfish is in there. He's upside down, up at the top. Sweet. Minnows, we put back. Crawfish, we're going to keep. Since there's only one, they'll be pretty easy to keep track of. We're going to name him Devon. So there's Devon the crayfish up close. We're going to add him to the minnow bucket, and we'll see you guys at the barn. Alright, we're at the watering tank. Got our minnows and Devon the crayfish. This is about as low as the water usually gets, and they still got a solid foot of depth. And it's in the shade like 90% of the day, so I'm not worried about the water getting too warm or the minnows getting sick. Like I said, I've done this every year, and the only minnows I've ever lost have been to like birds and raccoons dipping their fingers in there. The chance of them getting nabbed by a raccoon or a bird in the tank is a lot lower than their chance of that happening at the creek. Not only are they safer, they have a lot more food, and the food's easier to get because it can only go so far. Just gonna stick my hand in. We're gonna start with the crayfish. Kind of has an advantage because he cannot see him once I stick my hand in there. Oh, there we go. First critter to go in. He's doing fine. He's chilling in there looking for food. I don't know what he's doing over there. I'm sure he'll figure it out, but there's actually a little drain down in the bottom there. And anytime I've put crayfish here in the past, they usually just burrow themselves right under there and they look pretty happy. So I'm sure he'll figure it out. As for the minnows, I think there's 8 of them if I counted correctly before. Oh, there might be 9. 1, 2, 3, stop moving. 7, 8, 9. There's 9. I'm gonna just grab one. Alright, cool. He swam right away. He looks like he's chilling in there. Try and just let him swim out. I don't know if they went out yet or not. Oh, there goes a bunch of them. I think most of them, if not all of them. There's always one. There's one in there yet. See if he figures it out. There he goes. Perfect. They're all chilling right down there by the drain. Oh, the crawfish is actually going after the minnows right now. I don't know if he's trying to kill them or if he's just trying to get to where they're at. Very interesting. Oh no, he's going up. Look at that. He found his little nook. Hopefully he has a jolly old time in there. So not only are these guys going to help clean up the tank, get all those little bugs out of there, but they're also kind of just cool to look at when you come out here to take care of the cows. So the minnows aren't really going to do anything to eat the algae in here, unfortunately. So what I was going to do is catch one of those bottom sucking fish that live in the creek. I don't feel like wasting too much time trying to do that, so I'm just going to go to PetSmart and get some goldfish. We'll see you there. These ones eat algae, so we go with these ones for $10. What about in there? Oh, that's perfect. And then we don't have to look at your ugly face. Weird. It's not that weird. You can see your leg. So what? All right, not only did we get the goldfish, but I did one better, and I got some pelco. Pelico? What? What are they? Pelco. Pelco? Pleco? Pelco. Pelco. Pleco. Pleco. I don't know. But these are supposed to be good algae eaters too. We got 3 of them. So if we have more than we need, then I guess some of the goldfish can just be snacks for Devon. But we'll see you guys at the farm. Let's get these guys in the water tank. Watch it. It's a minefield. The cows are let out today, so there's poop all over the place. I'm not sure if we'll be able to see any of the minnows that are in there now. I can see the crawfish. He's in his little nook there. I don't know. They're in here somewhere. So there's a close-up of that guy sucking on the side of the bag. I thought we were going to have too many fish, but we have a whole nother watering tank in the trainer pasture. So we're going to throw a few of the goldfish and probably one of the pelcos. Just going to poke a small hole in the bag. Oh. Knife is very sharp. I think we'll put like 1 or 2 or 3 in here maybe. There's 3. Sweet. Now for these guys, I'm gonna put 2 in here, I think. I might just unrubber band the bag. I guess these guys do have little spines on their back, and I'm not trying to get poked. I wonder if they'll just swim out on their own. Oh, No, he went out of the bag and then he swam back in. I think it's just because of the water temperature. I'll just let him acclimate for a minute. I don't want to mess these guys up. There they go. Look at that. Yeah. All right, they're swimming away good. One guy's right there. The other one's swimming kind of towards the middle. I'm going to take you guys over to that other water tank and we'll go release them in there. Round 2 of fish going in the water. Start with the goldfish. See how they do. Oop, got a few stragglers. Oh, there's one guy left, I think. Oh, no, got a little brown one I didn't see. The algae's not as bad in this one because this one gets emptied out and cleaned every year. But the mosquito larvae are still definitely a thing. We got our pleco or pelco. I forget how you pronounce it. Sweet, he was in the bag and now he's not. So that means he's in that tank somewhere. The only downside with this one is it's gonna be a lot harder to see on the fish and check on them and see how they're doing. But the tank still needs to be cleaned, so they're in there for that. We completed our objective, so that's gonna be it for today's video. Thank you for watching. Bye.